Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Michael Zegen and Luke Kirby about season 4 of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which is dropping February 18th on Prime Video. Gentlemen, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for
having us. Thank you, PD Beats. Good to see you.
Absolutely. Michael, one of my favorite things about this show, Michael, is basically you got to tailor two shows a little bit. For one regard, it's about stand-up comedy. If you look at the other spectrum of things, it's not about stand-up comedy. It's about life and a lot of things. I'm curious if that's something you noticed when you're working on the show and reading the scripts for this, Michael.
Of course. No, and I've said this before, you know, I've been approached by people from different countries and they tell me how much they love the show. And I'm so surprised every time they do, because, you know, I don't think that I don't think it's so specific, but, you know, there is that Jewish aspect to it. There's that stand-up comedy aspect to it. And so for somebody from India to come up to me and say, you know, we love your show. The first time that happened, I asked them why, and they said, because it's about family and family's universal, and we identify with it. And so, I mean, I think that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Luke, you do such an amazing job playing Lenny Bruce. It's so amazing to see that. I'm just curious what it's like for you to kind of dive into this role based on a real stand-up comedian like Lenny Bruce in the world of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah, it's really fun. You know, it is kind of honestly, it's a dream come true. Yeah, I was a real admirer and of Lenny Bruce as a teenager, and I remember watching Lenny the movie and seeing Dustin Hoffman and thinking, oh man, I guess I'll never get to play Lenny Bruce. And late one night, I saw an interview that Nat Hentoff did with Lenny Bruce, and I saw these dark circles under Lenny's eyes, and I thought, oh, maybe I will get to play him one day. Then, you know, time marched on, and I thought, yeah, I've got to leave those dreams behind. And you know how that works. Then, like, within an hour, I was sent this, you know, audition material. And it's just been so nice to be able to do it, and then to find out that it works in some capacity. I mean, that to me is the biggest sort of dream come true, is that it actually kind of, you know, has an energy that people are responsive to.
Absolutely. And Michael, you know, you look at a lot of, you know, the relationships and a lot of the character development and growth in the show, and that's amazing. And that's there, and the storylines are there. For me too, the aesthetic and how it looks is just one of the things I love the most. It's amazing. What's it like from the aesthetic perspective working on a show like this in terms of how it looks, Michael?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, you know, it's everything. It really is, because I guess I don't think it would have the same effect if it was any other way, if they didn't go all out. I mean, this is the kind of show where I had no idea just how big it was going to be. When I first signed on, I had no idea. And I'm not talking about, you know, how many people are going to watch it. I just meant, like, in terms of scope. You know, I didn't have any inclination that it was going to be like the same. It was going to cost the same as something like Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. You know, that was not even anywhere near like the back of my head. So it's remarkable, and it's a testament to the quality of the show and the quality of the scripts that Amazon just, you know, put all their not all their money, but a lot of money into the show. And you know, and it really is, it's, you know, it's a testament to the writing and to what Amy and Dan have created, that they have so many believers in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Luke, before we wrap up quickly, has it hit you that a new season is finally coming out? Like, it's pretty crazy. What's it been like this week, like a couple of weeks? Like, it's coming out pretty soon. Has it hit you?
It's been different, you know. It's kind of like, you know, we're all still sort of trying to maneuver through this new world that we're in. But you know, it's always exciting when a season of Maisel comes out, you know, because like with everything on the show, you know, we bring it, and so yeah, it definitely, you know, perks you up a little bit. So I'm happy to be on the ride for the next little while. I really am excited for people to see it, you know. and
Oh,
maybe to even
absolutely.
see it myself, you know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
absolutely. Luke, Michael, thank you both so much for your time. And season 4, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, February 18th on Prime Video. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, bud. Have a good one.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.